When I found you, I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special.
The most polarizing movie in all of Star Wars, The Last Jedi. Polarizing because you either love it or you hate it. There's not much in between. And I think I'm in the minority because I love it. So this is for the critics, mostly. We're going to examine some problems that they say that this movie has. I'm not sure if I agree with them all. Some I may, some I do. Either way, I'm not going to hold back anything. So, where do we start? How about with the Flying Nun? It's a bird, it's a plane, it's General Organa. Look, is it a little cheesy? Yeah, it is. But I liked it. Why? I think the biggest reason for me is I wasn't ready to say goodbye to Princess Leia just yet. And she deserved a badass moment, and she got one. And, for all the people who said, well, she can't use the Force, she doesn't know how to use the Force. Well, it's been 30-something years. Her brother could have trained her. Luke could have trained her. Besides, the Force can work on its own. This could have been some kind of miracle thing. And you say, oh, the Force can't work on its own. Well, of course it can. How else do you even explain Han finding Luke on Hoth when he was about to die? Or how about when Luke is going in to take his shot at the Death Star in A New Hope, and Ben, comes over the loudspeaker, trust in the Force, right? And then he turns off the targeting system and trusts in the Force. That's the Force. Now you can say, oh, no, that's Ben. That's Ben Kenobi doing it. That's not the Force. Well, when you're a Force ghost, you're one with the Force, right? That's what it is. It can act on its own. Or those people who are Force ghosts can manage things around. They had something else for Leia to do. That's why she was allowed to live. And the second problem people seem to have is Vice Admiral Holdo. People don't like her. She's a big old bitch. People like Poe. People took the side of Poe. And then when all that played out as far as Poe, kind of trying to do his own thing, skirting around Holdo, because Holdo wouldn't let him in on the plan. Well, she shouldn't let him in on the plan. He's been demoted. He acted like a jackass. Even though we love him, I love Poe. I was actually pulling for him during these scenes, and it kind of, oh, hold on. Holdo's a good guy. She's not just some dumb bitch. She knows what she's doing. I love that aspect and how she went out at like a boss. Come on. When she hyper jumped through that ship, all right, and everything, and you kind of got that view from space. Everything was silent. You just saw the destruction. Man, my mouth literally dropped open during that scene. I have never, ever seen anything like that in a Star Wars movie before. That's one of the greatest things you'll ever see in a Star Wars movie. And I know what a lot of people thought. Hey, that should have been Leia. That's how Leia should have went out, not this Holdo person we just met. And I get that, but then you don't get the scene at the end between her and Luke. Which brings me to Finn and Rose. And I have to agree with the criticism, useless characters. These two characters in this movie are completely useless. Some of that time could have been given to Holdo to really kind of flush out her character a little bit more. But no, we had to go to this casino planet, go on this stupid adventure, right? None of that made sense. You could completely cut that out of the movie, and you still get a great movie. So I do completely agree with all of that. And it wasn't just these two. General Phasma, completely useless. Why is she there? You get one fight scene, which is pretty quick between her and Finn. It was kind of cool there for about 5 seconds. And then nothing. That's not the way to build up a cool character. That's a cool name. Phasma? That's an awesome name. It's one of the best names. And they just, I doubt she's dead, but come on. But the whole story of them going out to the casino planet, and who are they looking for? Benicio del Toro with a speech impediment. It just doesn't work. I can't stand his character either. And then, you got Finn down on that planet. He's going to give up his life to save the rest of the Resistance. That's the only time I kind of like Finn. But then he gets sideswiped by Rose and they kiss. I could have really done without either one of these characters in this movie. I'm sorry. And I like Finn, but come on. And this one's the big enchilada for me. It's the problem they have with Luke's attitude. Oh, he should have been there to train Rey. He should have been open to it. He should have joined the rebellion and all that crap. I'm sorry. After everything he's been through, and besides, one of the greatest scenes, one of the most funniest scenes I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie is this one.
I feel something.
You feel it?
Yes, I feel it.
That's the Force.
Really?
Wow, it must be really strong
Oh,
with
I've
you.
never felt any...
I can't get enough of that. I watch it over and over again. Dude, I died in the theater. That was so awesome. And that's why I disagree with that criticism the most. Because I love his attitude. It makes total sense. Alright, him and Ben Kenobi, they're not the same. Everyone thought that, he should have been like Kenobi. Willing to jump in there, train the young one, run off to the stars to fight the battle. That's not who Luke is anymore. I mean, he had a completely different experience than Ben Kenobi. Kenobi had fought in the Clone Wars, and the Jedi Order was destroyed. He was tasked to go to Tatooine and watch over Luke, make sure nothing happened to him. And that's what he was doing the whole time. Luke, the rebellion had won, or so they thought. They thought they had gained their freedom. And then he goes to reform the Jedi Order, training new guys. And then Kylo Ren turns on him. And he loses heart and he loses faith. He unplugs from the Force. I totally get that. That's why he's like he is. That's why he's so different than Ben Kenobi was. Now, all these problems stem from what a lot of these dorks say, that the movie is not canon. All right? They should have followed the books. The books are canon. George Lucas said the books are canon. Well, of course he said the books are canon. He's trying to make that money. That's what that's about. I don't hate George Lucas for trying to make money. That's fine. If y'all want to fall for that trap, go ahead. The books don't matter. The books are based on the movies. The movies are canon. And if you don't like where the movies have gone to, you only have one person to blame. George Lucas. Alright? By the way, he didn't direct all the movies. Who was it? Irvin Kershner that directed Empire Strikes Back? Richard Marquand that directed Return of the Jedi? George Lucas is not really that interested in making movies. Let's be real about it. And for all those people that say, it'd be so much better if George Lucas was in charge, really? Well, he directed all the prequels. You didn't like that, did you? So just remember, screw the canon crap, screw the books. The only thing that matters are these movies. And this movie was about turning everything you knew on its head, and it did it brilliantly. I love what they did with this movie. How everything got set up, in The Force Awakens, got trashed. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine that you don't have to come from some royal lineage in order to use the Force. You could be some kid with a broomstick shoveling out alien horse crap. You could be a Force user. Who's to say... I mean, think about it. Darth Vader, right? Now, that's the first Skywalker that we were introduced to. Okay, he was a slave. He didn't have any family. All right? Where did he get his powers from? Where's his lineage? He was a slave. So, in closing, I'll just say that if George Lucas, or you don't like the fact that George Lucas sold the rights to these movies, then blame George Lucas. However, this movie's fantastic. Aside from some flaws, some misused characters, the overall body of it is awesome. I love where they went with it. I love the concept of it. I can't wait to see where it goes in the future. But all the criticism this movie got, man, y'all really got to shut the hell up. And in saying that, thank you for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe, or don't. Do one of them. It's up to you. I'll throw another video out whenever. Bye.